Hello, and welcome to the Tartan Topiary. I'm Mary, and I'd like to invite you into my library as we look at this week's book. This is Home, written by Jeffrey Allen Marks. Designer Jeffrey Allen Marks is recognized as one of today's most influential American designers. He is frequently featured in Elle Decor, Architectural Digest, Vogue Living, and House Beautiful. This is his second book. And you may recognize him from his appearances on Bravo's $1 Million Decorators. Jeffrey was trained in England, and he has long had a deep and profound appreciation for British architecture and design, which enables him to create a pleasing interplay with his Southern California roots. The result are homes that feel layered and dramatic, but at their very core, feel like home. Jeffrey's work is equal parts good nature and good taste. He creates relaxed and refined spaces that are original and encourage a casual way of living. This book celebrates interiors inspired by the stylish ease and laid-back coastal feel of Southern California. Jeffrey believes a home should reflect the way its inhabitants want to live, their unique perspective, and how they approach their lives. The homes explored in this book include a 1925 beach cottage in Montecito, a home by the sea in the Bahamas, a working Los Angeles horse farm, and Jeffrey's new family home in Greenwich, Connecticut. Along the way, Mark shares key bits of advice for creating these looks. Although they are tailored, they are still comfortable. Jeffrey mixes antiques with contemporary pieces for a look that is entirely unique. John Saladino writes in the foreword, "Every home should be a sanctuary. Upon entering it, you should immediately feel physically and emotionally protected." We all need spaces that offer comfort and security, a shelter from the cold and harshness of the outside world. Jeffrey Marks accomplishes this desired sanctuary in every space that he designs. His work is both English and American at the same time, but there is one overreaching constant throughout all of his designs, and that is comfort. From his California roots to his training in London, Jeffrey reveals how his unique blend of Californian cool and English coziness strongly influences his approach to interior design. The reader gets a first-hand view of the challenges that Jeffrey faces when blending antiques with contemporary spaces, as well as gaining insight into the often evolving preferences of clients. Throughout the book, Jeffrey shares personal anecdotes about balancing family life with the demands of design and reflects on the impact of significant life events like the California wildfires, as well as drama from everyday life. Home helps to provide balance and calm. This is Home shares how good design facilitates the home and its healing powers, from texture and color to form and function. Jeffrey Allen Marks shares these secrets. This is Home, written by Jeffrey Allen Marks. Foreword by John Saladino. This book has 256 pages. It is published by Rizzoli, and it originally retailed for $55. This week in Wilmington, something very rare happened. Snow arrived, quietly and quickly. It transformed the landscape by wrapping the streets, the trees, and the rooftops in a soft, white quiet.
Wow.
Everybody needs a snow day, and I love that at least here in the South, snow has a way of slowing everything down, muting the noise of daily life. No cars racing up and down the streets. It's just replaced with a peaceful stillness. And because the snow is so rare, I often forget that this can be a difficult time for birds. But this little fellow did a good job of reminding me. I do have bird feeders placed all throughout the property, but we can always make more. This is a fun project and great to do by yourself or with children. All you need is bird seed, peanut butter, some wooden dowels, an apple, a small piece of ribbon, and a small spreading knife. If you don't have an apple, you can use an orange that is peeled, or the cardboard from a paper towel roll. I begin by taking some peanut butter. I use natural peanut butter just because it's a little thinner and easier for birds to eat. And I will spread this peanut butter over the entire apple. Once the apple is covered in peanut butter, you can place it on a plate and then slowly cover it with bird seed. Once the apple is completely covered with bird seed, you can set it aside to let it harden. Before I put the apple away, I place down the center a wooden dowel. If you have children working with you, this is definitely something the adult will do. The wooden dowel makes the apple easier to move and to hang once it's finished. I did not have a wooden dowel, and I used a simple chopstick for this. If you don't have an apple or an orange and you still want to do this project, you can use a cardboard paper towel roll. When I do this, I cut it in half. It just makes it a little easier to hang. And the same steps are repeated here. You spread the peanut butter over the cardboard roll and sprinkle it with bird seed. Now take the piece of ribbon that you've cut and put it in one hole and out the other, and tie a knot for it to hang on a limb. This next step is not necessary, but it does give the birds a place to easily perch while eating. I use the wooden dowels, and you can even use toothpicks. I will place them around the apple so that the birds will have a place to perch. Now, all you have to do is hang them and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next week as we look at Collections, Sharing the Passion, written by Jill Helmer, John Grady Burns, and Kathy Stewart.